Hello Flosstube, this is Natalia. This is my channel, Official Mermaids Cove, where I share my cross-stitching hobby and other crafty things I'm working on. As of when I checked this morning, we have reached 210 subscribers, so that's exciting. I'll have more to say about that later on in the video, but for now I wanted to cover what I stitched on for this past week and kind of talk to you about my plans for the next week and who I've been watching on Flosstube. No haul this week. I did stop by Hobby Lobby, but I think I just grabbed some mat board to frame my memorabilia, which I've already shown. I didn't get any additional questions about the framing video that I posted. I don't think it's been up for long. I know I've seen some people watching it, but I didn't see a lot of comments or questions. So I think I'm planning today on framing. I'll insert a picture. I don't have it with me right now, but my little Minnow piece that I finished for Autumn Lane Stitchery, I'm going to be framing that here. Probably today when my husband gets home. He's going to help me cut up the mat board and get everything ready. So I have that I might film an extra Flosstube on, just to show maybe a little bit more of the prep work. I know I didn't really show a lot of what I did with the other frame as far as like pulling out the staples and all that stuff. So maybe there'll be an additional video after this one. But for now, let's go through what I've stitched on this week. I did go back and finish the weekly release for the Ever After sale being put on by Forbidden Fiber Co. I got all the kit materials. I bought the kit for the sale, so this is the Ever After fabric, and I've already stitched the frames for it. I did something with the frames where I had it poking out instead of in, so there's like these little corner spaces that I'm thinking of stitching in. I haven't started on that yet, but I was thinking I was going to do it with this like glitzy red color. Maybe put a little bit of sparkle on it. But I haven't started that yet. Maybe that's something I can work on as I have some of these smaller sections. But this is where it's at right now. I chose the 32 count Belfast, and I've been stitching this 2/2. The last week's section was this prune section. I finished stitching up the bowl with the prunes in it. And I'll be excited to see what next week's, well, I guess, it'll have a release tomorrow. So I'll be excited to see what tomorrow's release ends up being. So I haven't really done any new starts like summer-wise. So I wanted to do something. I got the hankering to pick something up. So I had this from the mermaid box from under Leslie's Under the Seas Fabrics. She did a mermaid box last year, and I bought that. And this came, it was all like with kits. So this came kitted up, and it had the threads. So this is Here We May Be Free by Darling and Whimsey Designs. And I actually ended up stitching it twice. There was enough fabric to stitch it twice. So for the mermaid box, I got 16 count opalescent, and this fabric is the color Nereid. And so the called for colors for the kit. Oh, there. I was like, did I not bring the threads over here? Yeah. Were these Nightstalkers calling threads, Amphiteri and Thalassa. And the Amphiteri was not as dark as what showed in this picture, but it's kind of hard to judge colors, right? Maybe either this was a different dye lot, or maybe just the way the picture was taken, the white balance was different. It's kind of hard to base it off this. But so this is the first one, and I'm actually not mad of how this looks, because if you think about like mermaids, that's like the fantasy elusive aspect to them. They're kind of hard to spot in the ocean. You kind of second guess whether you thought you saw what you thought you saw. So I actually like this. But I did want to try to maybe get a little closer to that contrast that you see in the cover photo that I have for the pattern. So I actually went in my stash, and I have a lot of this DMC 823, which is a nice dark blue. So I went ahead and stitched it again on the other side of the fabric, and it's, I had enough to where I have a good 1 inch, 2 inches on each side to do finishing with. So here it is with some darker contrast, and this is with the called for colors. So yeah, I actually finished that up. I think I started this on Thursday, finished it up Friday, and then started this one Friday, and then finished it up Friday. And it's like a little over, maybe 1,100 stitches. So it's not too bad of a stitch, and only 2 colors, so I wasn't having to switch a bunch of different colors. So very pretty. I like it a lot. The fabric's so pretty and sparkly. It's perfect mermaid fabric. So the kit did have finishing materials. So, oh, that's the wrong one. Nope, that is the right one. So this was the finishing materials that they sent with it. So it has this backing fabric that you can use to either do like maybe a flat fold or a pillow. I might do, because I'm wondering if, like, if we half it, that's enough to do a pillow. So I might be able to do both of them as pillows. That might be enough fabric to do both. We'll see. So yeah. I also have, this I finished a while ago. This was another thing from that mermaid box. This is the Sea Hag pattern. I'll put the details in the video description. I can't remember off the top of the head. I can't remember if it was another, well, let me see. Oh, it was Autumn Familiar Designs. There you go. Autumn Familiar Designs, Sea Hag. They had this, the first cup of coffee, or if you're a tea person, you could also put first cup of tea. This was also a Leslie fabric. If you go on my Instagram, I have all the details there too. So you could, and this one has like, more modeling. The other one's kind of like, this one's actually pretty, like there's some kind of modeling on it, but it's pretty, solid color. This one has more modeling to it there. But I have the finishing kit for this too. And I guess I could also, I haven't really done a lot of pillow finishes. I think out of all the, I am planning on doing a cushion with the Grinch pattern that I had showed in my Whip Parade. But I haven't actually, the only other pillow finish I did was, well, I've done 2. I've done one with like a fox design for my sister, and then I've done one for a friend of mine that had a spirited away design. So like this. I can't tell. This side's the right side. So I guess that's big enough to do a pillow finish too. So I guess I'll have to figure out when I'm gonna get this finished too. And I guess I might just try. I've seen a lot of people putting out video tutorials of how to do pillow finishes, so I might try a pillow finish with this as well. But I stitched those at least. Put all the threads off to the side. The other, well, it's the last thing I've been working on here recently, has been my Letters for Nora E. I'm doing the Sailor Moon conversion. I can insert a picture of what the original design looks like. It's kind of like what I said, right? Like, this is a upholstery linen that I'm doing this on. When I measured it, It's close to 28 count one way, so I've been stitching it 2/2, but there is, you can tell, like, the E almost seems like elongated this way, because this is not an even weave, right? It's just an upholstery linen. It's not an even weave linen. So, and it's printed. It's got like printing on one side and it's blank on the other side. So I worked on filling in most of the base of this E and coming around and doing the corners here. I think based off of the pattern, a lot of these empty gaps are just going to be metallics. So this is going to be a lot glitzier than I first anticipated. Like, I think this is all metallics here. They give you a bunch of nice different colors for here, and then metallics and those empty spaces. So I'm working my way around. I think I finished all of the threads here, and then I'm going to be finishing these over here. And the metallic they want you to use, I need to look in my stash, because I did have this. This is number 8 braid. Okay, there we go. I was trying to get it to focus. So number 8 braid, it's a 002 high luster Krennic. It's this nice gold color. I might end up doing this as 1 strand half stitch, because I think if I try to do it full cross, it might be a little bulky. So we'll see how it goes in those areas. But yeah, I mean, you can imagine adding that to all those gaps. It's gonna be super sparkly. And then this also has beads. I haven't picked out the beads, but I've been accumulating a good bead stash. So and I know some of the beads that I do have a little collection of Mill Hills. I just don't necessarily have like all the beads that it calls for, so I'm going to be subbing some of those out. So once I get down to finishing this, and I'm pretty close, because I think I'm tracking the pattern on Pattern Keeper, and it has me having 1,000 blocks left of free space to go, and that includes the beading. So I actually have less than 1,000 stitches to go, which includes the metallics. So I'm hoping to finish the threads maybe today or tomorrow, and then start on the metallics and then get the beading last. I'll have to decide, because typically for beading, what I do is I typically use like a base color that goes well with the fabric, but this is actually, I guess I'll just go with the cream color thread. I use just regular DMC floss or alternative floss that I have in my stash from thrifting. And I might, that was the one that I was going to try to do a beading video on, so there might be a couple of extra videos in the next couple days, because I'm trying to finish some of these things. I'm actually looking forward to showing them off at the retreat. I'm going to be driving down, so I actually have a little bit of a wiggle room with the amount of stuff that I'll be taking with me. So I'll be looking forward to showing off some of the finishes that I've had. So yeah. So this is the last thing that I've been stitching on. I'm going to continue stitching on her today. Hopefully finishing that. I'm still planning on doing the moon. So I have not included, I've been charting this, but I haven't included a moon on here yet. This is how I kind of decided on the layout of what my conversion was going to be. And so there is a space here for a moon, so I think I've blocked off the space that I want, but I do want it to be like not a full moon, probably a crescent. And I'm going to be stitching it with the grapefruit metallic Krennic braid that I have left over from my Nightingale memorabilia. So I'm just deciding on what this is going to look like, and I think I also have to rework her second braid. Like, I feel like the bottom part's fine, but like I want to rework this section here, and then I'll finish stitching that in. And yeah, but you see there's a lot of these squares over here and around the letter. Those are all beads, and then there's a bit of back stitching here and a back stitching to outline her. So I'll be working on that as well. And I have my conversion off to the side here. Well, that has to do with the symbols, I guess. I'll include more detailed version of this when I post my Instagram update. I'll try to see if maybe I can do a post on YouTube as well, if anybody's not on Instagram, if you want to see that. I'm still working on, and I know people have said that they have like Google Docs to keep track of all that, so that when people ask, they can just click the description for the Google Doc, and then they'll know based off of that. So I still have to put something together for that. So that's everything that I've worked on as far as my stitching goes. Plans. I'm going to be doing a lot of finishing here. I'm going to be framing my little Minnow, framing some, well, sewing some of these pillows together. Yeah, I'm just gonna, sorry for the interruption there. I'm gonna be finishing this, probably all as pillows. These are probably small enough to be like ornament size, and this is big enough to be a pillow. So I'll work on that. That'll be fun to do the next couple days. Some other things that I have, I don't know if I'm going to fully finish these or not, because I have plans for these. These are some of the other finishes. I might just be taking them to show off. I've shown these in the past. I wanted to make these into project bags. I just haven't gotten all the materials to do them yet. Well, I think I have the materials for this one, and I might have some materials already in my stash for this, but I haven't sat down and cut everything out and like actually measured and figured out how I'm going to be doing everything. So I'll probably be taking these to show off during the retreat. I also have this, which I had plans. Tiger Lily Designs, one of the first tutorials they came out with was doing like a tote bag, and I had done this. Oh, I haven't even washed this to get the print off yet. I have done this a while back, which was I'm not going to recommend that you buy these kits, right? Because a lot of these, they're ripping off artists, and they're not. There are some companies who are starting to actually try to license the artwork and sell them, so I'm not going to necessarily bash all, you know, the Chinese cheapy kits like this, but I did receive this as a gift, so I went ahead and stitched it, but I wouldn't necessarily advocate buying one of these, because it is stealing. A lot of these, I think it's like 80%. In my mind, it's like 80% that are stolen artwork, that they're making money off of the artist's work without compensating them. So just, you can do what you want to do, but I'm not going to be necessarily advocating for that on this channel. But I did get this as a gift, as a Christmas present, so I did finish it. I worked on it at work, and I was planning it's big enough to make a pretty decent sized tote out of. So I'm probably going to be doing that. I do need to wash this, so at least maybe I can do that this weekend. Wash it off to get this print off of there, and finish it. But I really like Stitch, so this will be a nice tote bag. I'm doubtful that I'm going to get this finished into a tote bag before the retreat, but we'll see. Because of what it is, I'm not too precious about using this as like experimental thing, so I might just have to go back and watch Tiger Lily Designs video on this again, and see how much the materials would be to get. And I think I already actually have fabric for it. I would just need to see what other, I think for the straps and some other things. But yeah, so if nothing else, I can wash it and at least bring it along to show off as a finish. And I'll be bringing my Nightingale to show off too, and then my little Minnow when I finish spraying out. So that's what I have to show for this video and for plans. As far as people that I've been watching on Flosstube, there's been my favorites that I've been watching here lately, right? Nicholas Simply a Stitcher. She recently posted a video about how she washes her pieces. I typically don't wash a lot of the fancy ladies that I work on because I dye the fabric myself and it's not color fast and I'm not trying to have it bleed. But I do have some full coverage pieces that it was good to see how she did hers. Because maybe, well, some of them, like, right, I have my Gecko Rouge designs. You do have to get the water really hot to get those lines and the grid to fade. So I've had to wash it really hot before, but as far as what she said about not wringing it, I would recommend you to go watch her video if you're interested in washing your finishes after you're done. She had some really good tips there that I'm probably going to use next time, whenever I get around to finishing my full coverage designs, about being a little bit gentler with it, so that you don't get some warping in your stitches. So recommend that. Nisi Lynn, I just love, she's one of those people that I don't even have to watch, right? She's a really good person to have. I just love hearing the sound of her voice, and she's just so charming and nice and personable, and she has, you know, she tells you a lot about what's going on in her day to day, and also the different projects that she's doing. And some of the stitch projects that she has is kind of like my theme on it, because a lot of the things that I start because they remind me of somebody that I care about, or something about it reminds me of like a good memory that I had with people. And so she's been stitching things that, you know, for her, about her grandparents and their kids, and like, you know, really interesting pieces that she ties to her family. So I recommend her channel. Lindy Stitches put out a new video recently talking about some new releases, some really, and I think she has some giveaways on her last video too, so I would go run and check her out. Always love watching her videos. Cross Stitch with Luda recently put out a video. If you have not been watching Cross Stitch with Luda, run to her channel, subscribe. She has the most beautiful pieces. Her stitching is immaculate. She takes a lot of pride and takes a lot of effort to make sure that she has like neat stitches and that her pieces look amazing. And she's always working on really beautiful things, beautiful ladies, beautiful, you know, sceneries, landscapes. So definitely go recommend check her out. Danielle Stitcherista has been posting more updates on the little reading library. I guess it's her home library. She's trying to create a home library space, and she's come up with the cutest little like shelf on her bookshelf. She's like a cube bookshelf, and one of the cubes she's made into like a little miniature scenery with these two little animals reading books in their own little library. It is the cutest thing. So definitely go check out her videos. Teresa Little Stitcher also recently did an update video for the past month or so. She was on vacation, so she talks about some of that. You get to see her cute puppy dogs. Oh, I love it when people show their animals on Flosstube. They're just so cute. And she talks about, you know, her plans and what she's planning on. So would recommend that. And then a new channel to me that I recently subscribed to, YouTube actually recommended them to me, was the Cross Stitching Smiles. It's two people, a man and a woman, they're in a relationship together, and I guess they're both stitchers. I think I watched a couple of their videos. In the first video I didn't realize they were both stitchers, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention when I was watching it through, but they have really interesting projects that I recommend you going to their channel. If you like full coverage, if you like some of the things that I work on, you would like their channel. And just the dynamic of how they interact with each other, the banter, really charming. So I really like that recommendation, and I've been watching their videos since YouTube recommended them to me. So I will also post them down below. And I'll also mention the other people that I've been talking about here, right? Tiger Lily Designs, she has great tutorials. She also has an Etsy shop where she actually has like patterns that you can buy for more intricate things. Leslie at Under the Seas Fabrics, she has great boxes that she releases, and of course her fabrics are amazing, so I'll make sure to link her below. And Leanne at Forbidden Fabric Co, of course I'm doing her sal. She always has so many interesting things that she's releasing, and she also does yarn, so if you're, you know, somebody who knits, crochets, would definitely go check out her shop as well. Okay, so if you made it to this part of the video, I mentioned that I had shot past 200 subscribers. We got to 210, so I guess since the last video, people, I don't know if they share the videos or if they just found me on YouTube or what, but we have officially exceeded 200 subscribers. You might all be stitchers, but maybe not, who knows. So I will be doing a celebration of that milestone for the channel. Thank you so very much for coming to watch. This has been a great experience. I've had fun engaging with people, you know, getting the back and forth conversations and people's Flosstubes, getting shouted out by other Flosstube channels. Yeah, this is a wonderful community, and I feel like I'm making stitchy friends that I don't necessarily have, that I could just meet in person on the day-to-day here, where I'm living currently. So it's been a nice experience. So I'll be doing something a little different than the first giveaway. I'm trying not to say. I feel like, is there AI that's just like searching for people saying the word giveaway so that they can try and, I don't know. I don't know what exactly attracts like people who are just trying to get in on things that you're trying to do as a celebration to celebrate the community on your channel. So I'll use the word celebration. The first one that I did, right, was some hand-dyed fabric that I made. I have not dyed fabric I usually would like to do it during the summer. You know, we've had great conditions for it because it's hot enough outside to where it would dry really nicely. And maybe the heat too helps activate the chemicals in the dye to adhere to your fabric. But I just have not sat down and done it. I've been prioritizing other things. So what I'm going to do instead is I do a lot of thrifting, and in that thrifting I come across some really nice kits that I add to my stash, and sometimes I don't ever get around to working on those. But I feel like some of the things that I pick up too is things that intrigue me, right? Things that I haven't done before, things that expand my stitching repertoire, that allow me to venture into new things I've never done before. That's how I came across this kit, for example. I have it. 1 second. Yes. I have it here. I found a kit to do this. I had all the materials to make this nice little accessory pouch. And it showed you, it gave you all the instructions for like doing all of the initial embroidery and then cutting the pieces out, piecing them all together, finishing them. I've got some nice beads here on the side, a nice bit of felt here, and you know, stitching this as your scissor case. Oop. My scissors are trying to run away. But so your scissors there. And it's got a good piece of like leather inside to keep the point of your scissors from piercing through. And it's got some nice silk ribbon. So yeah, so you know, I've been lucky enough to find different things like that when I've been thrifting. So I would like to give you the opportunity to try something that is not necessarily what I started out doing, right? I started out doing full coverage, or you know, things like my stitch piece here, which is a full coverage, or just kits. And when I say kits, I mean the kits that you could pick up at like Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, not like kits like this, right? That you would pick up at a needlework shop. So I wanted to gift one that I had that was new, sealed and packaged, not opened, and had all the materials in it so that you can try it for yourself. This is a small package. I didn't open up. Well, I did, right? The last one I opened up international, if you were willing to help out with shipping. I'm thinking this won't be too expensive to ship internationally. So how about this? I'll commit to shipping internationally if it's below $20. Let's say that. So wherever I'm setting this, if it ends up being more than that, I might reach out to you. Or if it's a little above, I might just go ahead and just eat it. But I'm thinking this will be small enough that I can comfortably say I'll offer this up as an international thing. Basic rules apply. I don't assign any monetary value to this. If this gets lost in post or gets caught up in customs for whatever reason, you know, I'm not taking any responsibility for refunding you any kind of monetary value for this. You must be 18 to be able to share your address, or have your parents' permission. Do not say the giveaway in your comment. And this is a shepherd's bush kit. It's a Tudor needle roll. It's got all the materials inside. It's got the beads. It's got a beading needle and a sewing needle. It's got the fabric. It's got the lace trims and the ribbons. And it's got all the... I'm thinking that's DMC. It looks like they give you threads to do the edging too. Like, I don't know, is that hemming stitch? I don't know the names of these stitch. Jean Ferris, she's another Flosstuber. She has some really good tutorial videos on doing different kind of edging finishes. I think there was another stitcher that I've been seeing here lately who does a lot of antiques or vintage stitching, or, you know, more sampler recreation type of cross stitch. But I can't remember. Nicole Parkman? Is that her name? She's also recently been doing tutorials on how to do some of the specialty stitching that include, you know, doing an edge finishing to your needlework. So I'll put those Flosstubers down below too. I think they include, like, if you see they have like a thicker thread there, maybe that's to help you do that. So they do include all the flosses to stitch up your needle roll, and the beads. There's beading in here. There's some buttons. And it has the button in there too. It's kind of hard to see because it's scotched. But I did see the button in there. So it's got everything that you need to finish this. The cute little needle roll. And I think, I can't remember if Teresa Little Stitcher did one of these and she did a little tutorial video of how to finish this. I could be wrong about that. But, you know, again, YouTube is your friend. You can probably YouTube how to finish a needle roll and you can get instructions on how to do that. But yeah, so this is what I will be using as my celebration for hitting 2,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. So tell me what 2 needle brands are your favorite to stitch with, and you'll be entered for this. Again, open to stitching internationally for this one. And, sorry, shipping internationally. Shipping internationally for this one, and you will get the whole kit. So yes. Thank you again for watching and subscribing and joining with me on this journey. It's been really enjoyable. I'm happy with all the things that I've been working on. I'm happy with the people that I've been introduced to here on Flosstube. I'm excited to be going to my first retreat, so I'm hopefully going to be maybe shooting some small videos of that, or at the very least doing, you know, I always like, no matter what review videos people give when they go to retreats, I always like looking at like the brag table. So at least maybe doing like a mini shoot of that. So I can post and show you all the wonderful things all the other ladies are bringing to show off. And hopefully you have a good next week too. I hope you're having a good summertime. I hope you're enjoying a lot of sun, but not wilting. And if you are experiencing winter, hopefully you're getting some enjoyable weather out of that too. Hello! I got off the video and I forgot I didn't mention when I would be drawing a winner, so I'm probably going to be drawing a winner before my next Flosstube video. Update. So the next update video is not going to be until after the retreat. So the retreat is going to be ending next Sunday, and today is July 14th, Sunday. So a week from today, I will be drawing the winner. So it will be open for a week. And then I will draw. And hopefully if I hear back from them, then this will be going out to the mail as soon as possible. Okay, until next time. Bye.